Welcome. I'm back with another chapter reading. I'm back with another segment from the Holy Bible, from the first book, Genesis. Please go to my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries. Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your grandma. There's a whole lot of goodness over there. Anywho, let's get into this chapter reading, and I believe we left off going into chapter 25, and the title will be Abraham and Keturah. Abraham again took a wife, and her name was Keturah. So these Abraham as of now have two wives, right? We'll understand that Abraham have two wives. So when you think about Canaan, when you think about the Middle East, they're allowed, right? When you think about Africa, our ancestors is allowed. And I believe they practice it in the now. Today, can have more than one wife. And I say this to you, I get before Christ's time, you know what I mean? All our gods, our pharaohs, our kings had more than one wife. You know what I mean? If you really look at the best imagery, the best documentary, the best movie that portrayed it, when you think about Alexander the Great, you know what I mean? Every city, every country, every continent Alexander the Great conquered, he took a wife. Took a boy too, you know what I mean? Took a boy too, you know what I'm saying? Because when they conquered Persia, he went on and got him a little Persia, you know what I mean? That way he became, he explored into the life of being, of what we call gay. I don't know what they called it back then, but what we call now is gay, being gay, so understand that it was allowed. You know what I mean? It was allowed. It's not looked at as a sin. And from my understanding, the way it go is that you can have as many wives as you want as long as you can provide for all the wives you have. There's an issue when you can't provide for all these wives. And she bore him Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Median, Ishbak, and Shuah. Jokshan begot Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were as Shuram, Leshan, and Lumin. And the sons of Middle were Ephah, Hannah, Abada, Eldah. All these were the children of Keturah. He had some kids, had a lot of kids by this woman. And if you're really keeping up with this reading, it's said that whom we pray to told Abraham that your descendants will have a multitude of mass of the desert, the sand in the desert. That's a lot of descendants. You know what I mean? That's a lot of them. A lot of them. And Abraham gave all of that he had to Isaac. But Abraham gave gifts to the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, and while he was still living, he sent them eastward, away from Isaac his son, to the country of the east. This is the sum of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived 175 years. Now, the country of the east, you know what I mean, when you think about where Canaan at, and you think about where they're being sent, they're either going into where? Africa, right? Or they're going into Europe, right? Because America is the west. You know what I mean? Africa is the east. You get me? So Canaan is considered in the Middle East. So from Canaan, which direction you going into? Africa? Got to be. This is the sum of the years of Abraham's life which he lived, 175 years. Then Abraham breathed his life and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar the Hittite. The field which Abraham purchased from the sons of Heth, there Abraham was buried, and Sarah his wife. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt at Beer Lahai-roi. You get how the cycle went? You know, like I said, if you kept up with the readings, you know, whom we praise to made a covenant with Abraham. A covenant to always bless them. Now, it just said that, you know, once Abraham has passed away, all the blessings was passed on to who? Isaac. You know what I mean? Isaac was Abraham's brother, if I'm correct. No, Isaac is Abraham's son. Yeah, son. You know, it was passed on. You know what I mean? And verse 12 have a title on it, which is the family of Ishmael and Isaac. Now, this is the genealogy of Ishmael, Abraham's son, who Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah, maidservant, bore to Abraham. And these were the names of the sons of Ishmael by their names according to their generations. The first one of Ishmael, Nebajoth, then Kedah, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadar, Tema, Jitu, Napshith, and Kedemah. These were the sons of Ishmael, and these were their names by their towns and their settlements, 12 princesses according to their nations. These were the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years, and he brothered his last and died and was gathered to his people. They dwelt from Havilah as far as Shur, which is east of Egypt, as you go to Assyria. He died in the presence of all his brethren. This is the genealogy of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah as wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padan, Aram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. Now Isaac pleaded with the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord granted his plea, and Rebekah his wife conceived. But the children struggled together with her, and she said, if all is well, why am I like this? So she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb. You get it? 2 nations. So some stuff was tied. You get me through this woman. 2 people shall be separated from your body. 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. Now come on now. The older shall serve the younger. It makes sense to me. Isn't the older more wiser? Isn't the older one supposed to be the most wisest? Been on this rock long enough to learn some things. But when you look at things, when you look back and you see the evolution of man, sometimes, you know what I mean, the baby come out the womb smarter than the mama and the daddy. You feel me? The mama and the daddy. Not just the mama, not just the daddy, come out smarter than both of them. So when her days were fulfilled for her to give birth, indeed there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red. He was like a hairy garment all over, so they called his name Esau. Afterward, his brother came out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, so his name was called Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them. So the boys grew, and Esau was a skillful hunter, a man of the field, but Jacob was a mild man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. The game is considered the animals that 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 Esau, well, that Isaac, um no, Esau was a hunter, you know what I mean? So whatever Esau hunted, Isaac ate, you know what I mean? It must have tasted good. He must went in there, cleaned it out real good. Because, they say, them animals in the wild, them animals in the woods, in the jungle, they have a wild taste to it. So if you're before Christ time and you know how to cook some wild animal, come on, you're a chef. You top notch chef, you know. Verse 29 has a title to it also. It's called Esau Sell His Birthright. Now that's something, right? Esau sells his birthright. Sound like some slavery then, right? Sound like some slavery, right? Isn't that what a lot of people has done? Either sold or gave their life over to be managed, right? However you put it, you're being controlled. However you put it, you're being told. However you put it, you have put yourself in a situation where that you are allowing someone that you feel is more smarter than you to guide your life. I just hope you have enough input in guiding your life where that the person that has that control or that direction for you is right. Is 100% right. Now Jacob cooked the stew, and Esau came in from the field, and he was weary. And Esau said to Jacob, "Please feed me with that same red stew, for I am weary." Therefore his name was called Edom. But Jacob said, "Sell me your birthright as of this day." And Esau said, "Look, I am about to die. So what is this birthright to me?" Then Jacob said, "I swear to me as of this day." So he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. And Jacob gave Esau bread and stew of lentils. Then he ate and drank, arose, and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. I say this, I don't know about y'all, but it's a lot that I read, I understand. It's a lot I read, I don't understand when it's come to the, religion. Especially when it comes to this holy Bible, you know what I mean? But I say this to you, it's been fun, it's been educational, and once again, I just say to you, I say to you this right here, understand having a covenant with whom you pray to. Understand having a relationship, you know what I mean? Covenant is an agreement. Relationship is something personal. Having that personal relationship with whom you pray to leads to a covenant. And you should want to be blessed by whom you pray to. You should want your descendants, your babies, to be blessed, to always be blessed by whom you pray to. So wake up, get up, and start something. You know what I mean? It's not always about finances. It's start a relationship with whom you pray to. We sometimes get into things and we back away. Start a relationship, continue a relationship. Stand in that relationship. Once again, I am the Nasty Pastor. Please go to my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries. Put a like there. Subscribe. Come on, write something. You know what I mean? Look, I love you, and I'm out.